Hello YouTube, I hope everybody's doing amazing. Hopefully this is one of my last videos with this horrible lighting. I ordered some lights to, maybe make it look a little bit better. But then again, I'm just an amateur at this and I'm not really trying to impress anybody, just letting people in on my life. So the last video I posted, I had an amazing person ask quite a few questions that she wanted me to try to answer, and they were really good questions. And I'm more than happy to talk about them. Pregnancy is really hard. One second, my kid's banging at the bathroom door. One moment. Okay. It's really hard to do videos. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and my 5-year-old, she's 5, and my 15-year-old who has learning disabilities, my nephew, he's a lot of help, but he's not a lot of help, if that makes any sense. Anyways, there's a bunch of questions that I am more than happy to answer. Like I was just saying, pregnancy is really hard. There's some people who love being pregnant. Every single thing about it, they love it. And then there's people who hate it. I'm one of those who hates it. My first pregnancy, that was miserable. I was so sick that by the time I gave birth, I weighed less than I did before I got pregnant. I was just so sick from the very beginning of pregnancy all the way until the end. It sucked, But for that first pregnancy, I didn't get any stretch marks. I was so worried about getting stretch marks and how my body was going to change. I was also, 23, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28. Yeah, I was 25 when I had my first kid, So, yeah, the way that the way that we see ourselves younger is different than when we see ourselves older. Yeah. So I was very happy that I didn't get any stretch marks with her. Now with my last birth, my stillbirth, I did get stretch marks, and I didn't notice them until I had given birth and came home, and I was so grateful for these stretch marks. I was so grateful because there's something on my body that is going to permanently be there, that is going to always remind me of my baby who didn't get to come home. And it just made me happy. It makes me happy when I look at them. Now, my third pregnancy, I don't know if the stretch marks I had are stretching and spreading, or if they just look like they're stretching because my stomach's getting bigger. They're not these big old caved in stretch marks. They're just little red lines. A suntan would pretty much get rid of them, so that's a plus. So yeah, that's about my stretch marks. Some of the things that she had asked were my stomach. Is it like hard or soft? My stomach is pretty dense, but right around the outside, let me see if I can show you. Okay. So is that too close? So in the middle, right where my belly button is, it's very soft. Right here, it's pretty hard. And then right here, it's got a little bit more of a give to it. And that's at this moment because the baby is sitting right here. Now, if I'm laying on my left side, the baby will roll into the left side and all of his feet and hands will be on the right side, kicking and moving around and pushing my belly out. And if I lay on my right side, all of his arms and legs will be on my left side. What's funny is sometimes when he rolls from the left to the right side, I swear I can see his itty bitty little butt stick up, and it's cute. I rub my hand around his little butt and yeah, he's cute. She also had asked, can you write on your tummy? I'm not too sure what that means, but what I did do for my daughter Penelope, she couldn't quite understand where the baby was. So what I did was I drew the baby. So let me stand up again. So I put the baby's head right here, and then I kind of outlined the baby's body here where the butt's there, and then the legs and the arms. And that helped her understand how there is a baby inside my tummy. Opening the window, it's a little warm in here. Yeah, So it doesn't hurt if I push on my stomach unless I'm having a Braxton contraction. Braxton Hicks contractions are fake contractions where your stomach gets really rock hard, and it's just preparing yourself for the real deal. And sometimes these Braxtons, they hurt, oh my gosh, so bad. Do I have to stop and breathe for a second and let it pass? It only lasts 30 seconds to maybe a minute, and then I'm fine. And I've noticed that in the beginning of the day, I wake up, I'm happy, I got all my energy, I take care of my family, I'm good to go. But towards the end of the day, like 5-ish, my body is done. I am so uncomfortable. I can feel him really low, and I keep having Braxton contractions over and over again. And really, the only thing I can do is lay down, and even then, they still continue. I've had I've had three I've had three night scares to where I honestly thought that I was in labor. Like, just the contractions were continuously going and going and going. And there was a part where they were 10 minutes apart for 2 days nonstop. I swear that I was in labor. But there was no need to go in because they weren't going to keep me unless your contractions are closer together, and they just weren't getting closer, and that's because it wasn't real contractions. It was false labor, which was kind of a bummer because 36 weeks, I am pretty done. I want this baby out. I'm uncomfortable. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to sleep. Yeah, I'm ready for this baby to get out, but everything's going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. I think the baby's going to come out before the induced date, which is August 17th. I think he's going to come before that just because of how much my body's doing all these different things, but let's see. Let me flip my page here. I wrote down all the questions. So, one moment. So, some of the questions, is your stomach sensitive like the skin? No, not really. No, it's not sensitive. It's not ticklish if I go to tickle it. But if my daughter puts lotion on my tummy, which is something she really enjoys doing, it's so cute, it can tickle. Yeah, it can tickle if somebody else does it. My belly button definitely popped out about a week ago. I think it was about 35 weeks is when it popped. You know what's funny is, I think it was about 35 weeks. I was looking in the mirror and I was looking at my stomach because normally you get the brown line that goes up and down your stomach, and I didn't have it. And I was like, it's been here for all my pregnancies. Like, why isn't it? Where is it? And then I woke up and boop, there it was. So that was just kind of funny, Let's see. Do I balance anything on my belly? I don't balance anything on my belly because, like, when you sit back on the couch, it's easy to, like, have your cup here or your bowl of cereal or something right here. But for some reason, it just makes me feel fat and gross and unattractive. So I sit up and I eat like normal. And if I sit back and I eat laying back, I tend to put more food into my stomach. So then when I do stand up, I'm really uncomfortable, and I didn't realize how much I had put in there. What do we have here? Can you suck it in? You know what I like to do? Every now and then I like to stand up and suck it in, and it's because, so the baby is down here and all my organs in my stomach are up here. So if I suck it in, you can see just the baby. I can't do it right now because I'm actually having a Braxton contraction. It's super hard. Or else I'd show you. And it's cool. It's just, yeah. Can you do a belly roll? I've never been able to do a belly roll, like, ever. Even when I was skinny and little. Do you ever run into things with the bump? Yeah, we have a pretty small house, 800 square feet, which really isn't that big. And that's for my husband, my 2 kids, and myself, and the baby on the way, along with our 3 dogs and 7 birds. So yeah, I don't run into things like walls and tables and chairs and stuff like that it gets ran into. Like yesterday, my husband was fixing up the bedroom so it was ready for when the baby came. And I was standing in the doorway, and when he walked by, he kind of bumped it a little bit. And my daughter bumps into it quite a bit too. Very gently though, so it doesn't hurt. Nothing to worry about, you know. What do we have? Oh, I like this one. When you laugh, does your tummy move? Yes, like Santa Claus. It's so funny. Yeah, picture Santa Claus laughing. Ho, 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 ho. That's what it looks like. It's, yeah. What do we have here? Do you have space on the top of the tummy? Not yet. I have not dropped yet. I'm waiting for that. They say first time pregnancy, your baby drops earlier in the pregnancy, like 37, 38 weeks. And they say typically after your first, like your second or your third, you don't drop until like a week before you're getting ready to go into labor. So I have not dropped yet. I'd like to drop because I can't breathe and it would feel better. So yeah, but there's not much you can do to speed pregnancy up. It's going to happen when it's going to happen. Lopsided tummy. Yes, I definitely wake up in the middle of the night. So you're not supposed to sleep on your right side during pregnancy, but every now and then I wake up in the middle of the night on my right side because you can only stay on your left side for so long before you're just miserably uncomfortable. So I wake up and I love my belly and I rub it and I can feel that he's in one solid side, so it does get lopsided. Maybe if we're lucky, he'll scoot over to one side and I can do a quick shot of how it looks. It's amazing to think that there's two cells that make a baby, that I'm growing a baby in my body. It's amazing. It really is. Something that popped into my head. You know, when my husband comes around, I'll call him, I'll be like, baby, come over here, come feel the baby move. And if he talks on the way over, the baby will stop moving altogether. He says, mm-mm. But if my husband sneaks up and gently puts his hand on there, he'll be able to feel the baby move around. It's kind of funny. You know, it's a little joke in our house that we have. One moment, guys. Sorry, I had to go see what my daughter wanted. There's just a few more questions. I kind of bounced around, so I don't know if I answered them all or not. It says, is your belly bigger when you're sitting or standing? I can't really answer that, you know. You know what's really, really, really gross is when I go to the hospital, because I go to the doctors every single Friday for non-stress tests. When I sit down to go take the urine sample, the little bit of my belly touches the toilet rim, and it's just, oh, it's disgusting to me. But there's nothing I can do. I'm big, and it's hard to, you know, like, catch it. So that's a bummer. Anything else? Let's see. I think that's it, really, that I think I answered it all. I'm not sure. But, you know, it's just a few things. I really appreciate those questions that you had asked me. Helped me make another video. Well, we're running into a 13, almost a 14-minute video here, so I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to let you guys know that if you know anybody or if you yourself have a drug issue or addicted to something, it's okay to ask for help. You can start with your best friend, or maybe calling anonymous to the health clinic, you know, that's local to you, and just start with that. You'd be surprised on how much better your life can be once you become sober. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will be posting a video about my baby bag coming real soon. All right, bye guys, y'all have a good one.